Hi again, I've got a very quick review today. It's something extremely cheap, but it seems to be pretty good. Anyway, what I like to do when I'm doing recording like this is use a separate field recorder, digital field recorder, to record the sound, which I then synchronize in editing. I'm not doing it at the moment. The sound you're hearing is from the camera, which is a Canon. And what I normally use is a Lavalier mic. I think it's Lavalier or Lavalier, I'm not sure how you say it, which is this one, an Audio Technica, I think it's the A220. Now this particular one comes with 20 feet of cable, and it gets tangled as you would expect. So what you do is you plug that into there's a socket here, and then start recording. It's not very convenient. I think it's about £23, that particular model now. So what I got instead was this one, which is a real cheap one, and it has just a metre of cable. And that means I can put this in an inside pocket and have this attached to my lapel. But it's very, very cheap. It's less than it's about a third the cost of the Audio Technica. So what I thought might be interesting is to see what the sound is like from the two of them. So I'm going to pause the video, then I'm going to record with the Audio Technica, and then I'm going to record with this, but I won't tell you which one I'm recording with first. And then you can tell me what you think the sound is like. I'm going to hide the actual microphone so that you can't tell the difference. Let me just put both those down. And then at the end I'll tell you which one is which. And I will also do some tweaking to the sound from the cheap one, so that you can hear just how good it can be when it's had a little bit of post-processing applied. So let me go do that now. Okay, so you're listening to the sound from the Lavalier mic A. I've just positioned it slightly out of sight of the camera. I'll do the same with microphone B, and then you can tell me what you think of the different sounds. What I'll do in a moment is switch to microphone B, and then you can hear the two. And then at the end of it, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little bit of sound with the microphone, the cheap one, and I will do some post-processing just to tweak the sound a little bit so that you can hear what it's like when it's been processed and boosted slightly. Okay, so let me pause again, then I'm going to switch to microphone B. Okay, we're now on microphone B. So you tell me, can you hear any difference with microphone A? Which one is the really cheap one and which one is the slightly more expensive one? Now admittedly the Audio Technica isn't really expensive at £22, £23, and I'll put the US dollar equivalent here. It's not particularly expensive, but I forget the name of it, SES or something like that. The cheap one is really, really cheap. I mean, £7, again US dollar equivalent here. It's extremely cheap. So which one is which? Can you tell whether microphone A is the cheap one or the expensive one, or microphone B is the cheap one or the expensive one? Which is which? Before I reveal the answer, what I want you to do is you tell me. What do you think? Honestly, was there much difference? Okay, well I'll tell you now that microphone A was the Audio Technica and microphone B was the cheap, whatever the name is, which I'll put in the side here. Very cheap. I got it from Amazon, £7, £7.20, something like that. So what I'm going to do now, from this point on, what you're hearing now is sound from the cheap microphone, which I've actually tweaked in Adobe Audition. I'm using some processing. I'm using the broadcast effect filter, which should give it a much richer, nicer sound. And this is something from a £7 microphone. So again, you tell me what you think. I'd love to hear your comments. Please let me know. If you have any questions, if there's a test you want me to perform, again, please let me know. But I think from my own observation of the test and the use I've made of it previously, it's a great little Lavalier microphone, and at that price it's extremely cheap. For me, there are two big things about it. One is that the microphone cable is short enough to be convenient for how I use it personally. If I were in a big studio where I needed 20 feet of cable, maybe I'd feel differently. But the other thing is that with the Audio Technica, you have to use a battery to power it. With this cheap one, you actually take power from your recording device. Your recording device does have to be able to put power onto the microphone socket. So if it doesn't do that, if your recording device can't do that, this would not be any good. But one thing that it does mean is that you don't have to keep replacing these little button cell batteries, which you can hardly see. In fact, I had to stop for 5 minutes to go get one of these because the battery on the Audio Technica had run down, and that's because the on-off switch had been left in the on position by accident, which is very easy to do in my estimation on that particular device. There's a little, well, in fact I'll show you. This is the controller, the on-off switch. Very easy to knock or leave in the wrong position. So personally I think that on its own is a big plus, but as well having a convenient package so that, there you go, the amount of cable, I can pop that in an inside pocket or in trouser pocket, and it's not problematic. Whereas with this amount of cable, I mean look, it's a really good microphone, but for the way I now use it, it's not extremely convenient. Whereas this one, with just a metre of cable, it's about 3 feet of cable, just over, that's a very convenient length of cable. This same microphone is also available in longer cable lengths if you happen to need that, but then the price goes up. But for this price, that convenience, I think this is great. You're still listening to the sound with tweaking, so if you need to listen to the raw sound from this, you'd have to go back to microphone B. There's the sample there that you could listen to, but that should give you a good idea of what this is capable of. Okay, so ask me any questions, leave your comments please. Please give me a thumbs up, that would be great. And please subscribe, because as soon as I get to 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do another giveaway. It should be a really good one this time. I'm at about 600 subscribers now, so I'm getting close. It would be nice when we reach the 1,000 mark. Thanks to everybody who's joined me as a subscriber. And there will be a great giveaway, so the sooner I get to 1,000 mark, the sooner you can all take part and potentially win something very nice. Okay, I'll see you next time. Bye now.